Okay, if you love chewy, golden coconut cookies, this recipe is exactly what you need. These coconut cookies are packed with shredded coconut, they're soft in the center and have the most delicious crispy caramelized edges. Best of all, they're easy to make. So to start off, you want to line 2 large baking sheets with parchment paper and set them aside for now. Next, we're going to combine our dry ingredients. So I've got 180 grams or 1.5 cups of plain all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of baking powder. And then using a whisk, give that a good mix until it's well combined and set it aside. There's no need to sift the dry ingredients. Next, in a large bowl, you want to add in 170 grams or 3/4 cup of softened unsalted butter. You don't want it to be melted, just softened so that it isn't too firm. 100 grams or half a cup of soft light brown sugar, and 100 grams or half a cup of white granulated sugar. And then using a hand or stand mixer on a medium speed, you want to cream that for 3 minutes until it's nice and fluffy and lighter in color. Next, add in 1 large room temperature egg and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then you just want to mix that in on a low speed until it's well combined, but you do want to avoid over mixing it. Now to finish off the dough, you want to add in the pre-mixed dry ingredients from earlier, along with 120 grams or 1.5 cups of dried unsweetened shredded coconut. And then just mix that in a low speed until it's well combined. Again, you want to avoid over mixing though. Now you are going to need an additional 40 grams or half a cup of dried unsweetened shredded coconut, but you just want to pop that into a bowl and set it aside for a bit later on. So the dough is all done now, and now you just want to grab a medium-sized spring-loaded cookie scoop that holds about 1.5 tablespoons of dough, and you want to portion out the dough onto your cookie trays, leaving about 2 inches or so in between each cookie as they will spread. You can also just use a tablespoon as well and portion out 1.5 tablespoons of dough per cookie. So once all the batter is used up, you want to grab each little ball of dough and roll the top and sides in the shredded coconut that we set aside earlier. This is just going to add extra coconut flavor and also makes the cookies just look way nicer as well. Okay, so once that's all done, you just want to go ahead and place your trays into the fridge for 30 minutes just to allow the cookie dough to firm up a bit. This is just going to prevent them from spreading too much while baking. And about 15 minutes into them firming up, you want to preheat your oven to 350F or 180C conventional. Now once the dough is ready, you want to bake 1 tray at a time in the middle rack of the oven for about 13 to 15 minutes or until the cookies are a beautiful golden brown color around the edges. You want to try and get them as golden brown as possible without burning them, because the more golden brown they are, the more intense the flavor will be. So my first cookie tray is all done now. These honestly smell so incredible. And now you just want to let them cool on the tray for about kind of 10 to 15 minutes just to give them a little bit of time to firm up before transferring them to a wire rack to continue to cool, and then you can dig right in. These coconut cookies are soft, chewy, and have wonderful crispy caramelized edges. They have such good flavor and are honestly a coconut lover's dream cookie. These are honestly, hands down, the best coconut cookies I've ever had. They're crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside, and honestly, the flavor is just incredible. They're so addictive though, so you just have to be careful you don't eat too many. So that is it for today, guys. If you do decide to give these super delicious coconut cookies a go, then please do leave a review on my blog. It really helps my content out, and I absolutely love hearing from you guys. I'll see you in the next video.